All right, it is time now once again for the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast. My name is Elias Melas, but you can call me Eli for short. And who is this incredibly strong lady to my right that's also incredibly beautiful and sexy? Who are you?
Well, I'm your girlfriend, and I want to thank you because you've been awesome. I had surgery, and you've been incredible, so thank you.
You're welcome. We'll get to that in a second. Did I overdo your intro this time, baby? Did I put a little too much fluff into it?
No.
It was just right?
Yes.
Isn't that right, baby?
Absolutely, honey.
That's an old joke. I'm sure our special guest backstage will share more about that old joke about me saying, "Isn't that right, baby?" Yeah, that's right. Anyway, welcome to episode number 19 of the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast. Today, we have a very special guest here with us, and we're going to get to him in just a few. It's going to be probably one of the best interviews we've done. But before we get to that, there's a lot to share about what's been going on behind the scenes, right, baby?
Yeah. With our personal life and with the business.
With our personal life and the business. Well, real quick, before we get into your stuff here, and we're going to try to keep this intro monologue as short as possible because we don't want our special guest waiting too long. But last week, the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short, finally got our registered trademark, or finally got our trademark registered with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and we are fully covered throughout the entire U.S. and even U.S. territories like Guam, Puerto Rico, and even the Virgin Islands. Isn't that great, baby?
It's wonderful, honey. It's really great.
It's not that big of a deal, huh?
Well, no, it's just, I'm in pain, so I'm just going with the flow.
Dawn's in pain, and she's going with the flow. Anyway, we got our registered trademark all set. As you can see on our thumbnails on the YouTube end of things, you'll see the R with a circle at the bottom of our logo. And we are just very, very thrilled. We're fully protected now here at the GNA. We don't have to go too far into that, but baby, that's fucking great, huh?
Absolutely. You've been working so hard at getting that registered. So, yeah, it was a relief. It was excitement. It was a good week when it came to that.
Well, it was initially registered over 10 years ago. And then at the 6-year mark back in 2020, I missed some very important paperwork to upkeep it, and then it was canceled. And then I've been trying to get it back for the last 5 years. And finally, I was able to get it back. And wow, I'm just floored by that. But anyway, let me ask you, baby, how's it going? What's been going on this past week? There's been a lot going on, but primarily you had surgery this past Thursday, right?
Yes, I did. Everything went great. That I'll start off by saying that. We went in, Eli was there, we got everything prepped. The nurse told him that he should leave, because it would be a few hours, and that we would call him about 45 minutes before I'd be discharged. So that's when he came back, and I was slowly coming out of anesthesia, and the first night, it was just the initial pain of actually not being able to move my arm. And I never realized, I'm right-handed, and I use my left hand a lot, instinctively to go grab something.
Yeah.
And so I'm really having to train my body not to rotate that shoulder too much. Which is what's recommended by the doctor, and
right.
that will help decrease my pain. but he's actually doing a lot that is going to help with the bone growth, in a quicker manner. And he's very good at pain management. He doesn't over prescribe. He prescribes exactly what you need. And, and so it went okay. But, we had a little other drama despite just me having surgery. But, my older dog, Bochi, he decides he's going to get sick.
At the same time as you're coming out of surgery and you need all my attention, now the dog can't shit.
Yeah. He was having a problem having bowel movements. But before we took him in, he was having very running bowel movements.
With a little bit of blood in the stool.
Yes. And so we were concerned. Wednesday before the appointment, we took him in, got lab work done. They gave him some medicine.
Metronidazole, which helps with the constipation and all that.
And then they also gave him an IV fluid boost. And so since then, he took us on another little roller coaster ride because he was eating, taking his medicine, drinking water, going pee, but he still wasn't.
Well, we
pooping.
Put him on a rice and chicken diet.
With pumpkin puree.
With pumpkin puree recommended by,
the vet.
The vet office. And then he still was not shitting for 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
Saturday morning came, he still had not pooped.
And Eli was very, very concerned. I mean, he loves that.
Sleep.
Yeah, he couldn't sleep. He loves that dog so much, and he knows how much that dog means to me. So if anything were to happen, oh, I'm sorry, ouch. If something were to happen to him, I would be devastated.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Eli said, don't worry about the cost. We'll figure it out. We're going to take him to emergency. Okay. Get him in the car, drive 13 minutes down the road. We get out of the car, start walking to the door. Then what does this dog do?
You want me to tell you?
Takes a whopping big hot shit.
This dog took the fattest, biggest shit I've ever seen. The most beautiful shit on the planet in front of the emergency pet hospital. I guess he didn't want to go in, and he saved us at least $240 just to walk in the door. It would have probably cost us over $1,000. But the dude decides to take a fat shit right in the front. And I was like, God bless America.
I know. I was like, oh, he just saved us so much money.
Oh, God, man.
Could you imagine if we actually brought him in there and then he shit like in the office?
Yeah, after they took our payment, then the guy would take a shit. At least he shit before they took our payment, right?
Yeah,
baby?
Yeah. Yeah, so with those two things, he's had a lot to deal with.
I've been overwhelmed, tremendously overwhelmed.
Yeah, and so, but he's been wonderful with being patient with both the dog and I. And it's been really nice to have him here to support me, help me, and just love me.
Well, thank you for that, babe. Real quick, I want to mention to the people out there watching this on YouTube, the first couple of minutes, of our video might be a little bit off sync. I have corrected the issue on the fly. I had so much to do to prepare for this show that I forgot to sync up the audio and video. It's something special that I do for better quality through open broadcast software, which is what I use to record videos and also stream live. So forgive us for that. You'll be able to hear it. And now we're all in sync here. But anyway, I know we have our very special guest waiting on StreamYard backstage. Is there anything else you want to mention before we bring him on? Because I think a lot of the stuff that you want to talk about involves him, and he has a lot to say about it because he's known me for about 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm gonna just do is kind of roll with it, see where the conversation goes, and then interject with questions.
I didn't tell you. He's going to ask you questions.
Oh, no.
He's going to interrogate you, babe.
Oh, great. Bring it on.
He's going to interrogate me, too.
Oh, Deanne, bring it.
Oh,
well, I love it. A good interrogation.
Well, yes. A good interrogation is always fun to listen to. But anyway, So let me go ahead and introduce our very special guest. I've known this gentleman that goes by ODN on YouTube and social media. ODN is short for Old Dirty Ninja. I've known him for about 7, almost 8 years now or so. And he's been following what's been going on surrounding my YouTube channels and YouTube content. You know, many people out there creating hateful content and doing violent, abusive things that have affected my right and our right to free enterprise. And so, you know, no one really knows this better than him. And we figured it would be great to bring him on the show, introduce him to you folks here in podcast land on YouTube and throughout the entire audio-only podcast network, including Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, your very favorite baby.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio, Amazon,
That was hard.
What's that?
I should have thought about that. That hurt.
It's okay. Amazon Audible, it's also there, and YouTube Music, it's there, and the rest of even the unknown audio-only podcast networks. But yeah, we wanted to introduce you to him. We're gonna, learn more about him here today, who he is, what his purpose is on the internet, and what his purpose is in general, and he's going to share a lot of interesting things. So without further ado, please welcome to the show, ODN, a.k.a. Old Dirty Ninja. Welcome to the show. We are going to give you a big round of applause. Welcome, ODN. Whoops.
Eli. Hey, Dawn.
Hello. Welcome.
How are you guys?
How are you? Good.
I'm good.
I'm doing good. Just a little in pain a little bit.
I hope that gets better soon.
I'm sure it will. Thank you.
ODN, you sound a little melancholy today. Are you a little exhausted just like us?
Oh no, I was just enjoying your guys' stream. I was digging it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you were enjoying the monologue, huh?
Yeah, I enjoyed the speak about your dog. The speech.
Well, ODN,
all the poop.
ODN, let me tell you something. When the dog shits and it saves me at least $240, maybe more, then I'm one happy fucking camper, broski.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh, man. What's more important, man, when it comes to health, you find a way to pay for it and you don't complain. That's the thing. I'll complain about spending money on anything else. But when it comes to food and it comes to, medical health stuff, I mean, if you don't eat food, you're dead. If you need medical assistance and you don't get it, you might die. So you got to just fork out the cash. You got to just deal with it in those cases, right? You don't argue, right?
I would have to agree with you on that one. Yes.
Man, you know what? Maybe I should start smoking some weed. Like, I know you both of you smoke cannabis. It's legal in all states, or most states. It's legal. Maybe that might calm me down. But I'm excited, ODN. Is that all right with you? I'm excited today.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I need to get me some sativa so I can have more energy.
Right. I'm an indica girl.
Are you an indica guy or hybrid?
Honestly, it doesn't matter, just as long as it gets you messed up.
as long as it's weed, I don't care.
Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. Anyway.
Yeah, I like me some Afro Man.
Yeah, Afro
yes,
Man.
Afro
yeah,
Man.
Afro Man. Yeah, absolutely. Afro Man is the man. But why don't we start off, ODN? I want to ask you a few things so we can get to know who you are, and you can share what you want and what you don't want to share. That's up to you. But I think the one thing people want to know is how the hell did you come up with the broski phrase? The broski phrase has become famous on YouTube. You call people broski. We call you broski in return. And even some of these crazy lunatics out here on YouTube that have been harassing us, per se, even changed their channel name at one point to Broski's Lol Cow Farm. How did you get that name, and what are your thoughts about all this?
Well, I got a friend, calls himself Corey C on YouTube, and he's friends with, well, DMX passed away, but
Yeah.
he was good friends with DMX, and he's still friends with Vanilla Ice, and that's where I got the broski lingo. He was always call me broski all the time. He'd be like brosif, broski, broha. He's a lot of different variations of bro. That's where I got that from.
Wow.
Wow.
No, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And you've been rolling with that for what, like 5 to 10 years now? Odian, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
now I
yeah.
can. And you've been rolling with the yeah, we can hear you.
All right, sorry about that. I might have a bad internet connection.
That's okay. That's okay. We can hear you now. So you've been rolling with that broski thing for about 5 to 10 years now, huh?
Probably longer than that, yeah.
Probably longer, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, excellent. Excellent. All right. So what else should we know about who ODN is before we get into the stuff you want to talk about? Because we're going to actually pretty much turn this show over to ODN. He's going to ask us questions, and he has a lot of stuff that he wants to talk about. But before we get to that, what else should we know about you, man? What got you started to come out on YouTube? What do you enjoy doing on YouTube, and what made you want to come out here in the first place on the YouTube end of things?
Well, I very first started YouTube with a buddy of mine. Used to do simple little animations. We had aspirations or hopes of becoming animators, and that didn't really work out too well. Animations, not that easy. When I was younger, I just used to use Paint and Windows, so the animations I made were fairly bad, and it wasn't until later that I discovered how to use like After Effects and more professional programs. So I started off with animation, and then I started doing like vlogs where I used to talk about like cuneiform texts and like relief carvings and Sanskrit writing and magnetic polarity reversal and just different conspiracy theories. And then after a while, I started doing a little bit of comedy and some traveling, and maybe wasn't until recent. Well, I used to do music for a couple different guys. I helped edit their music, but I really never took it too seriously until I started trying to do it myself. And when I first started, I'm gonna say it sounded pretty bad. It wasn't the best, but I think I've gotten it down a little better. It's not as bad as it once was. So I like to make music every now and again, but kind of been busy. Haven't been able to do as much music as I want. Well, that's pretty much it.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting. What do you think about that, Don? Very interesting.
It is.
He's a very talented man.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were that talented. I mean, that's very
you gotta
interesting.
check out his YouTube channels. He's put out a lot of these songs out there. A lot of the stuff he's created, he's put out there on his main ODN YouTube channel. The one that he comes into chats is a different one because people like to, flag his comments down. People like to try to report comments now and try to affect your channel. But yeah, no, ODN is very talented beyond what a lot of people believe him to be on YouTube. People believe him to be a troll, which he's not. And to talk to us about that, ODN. You've been labeled a troll on YouTube
I got
for years.
more original content than most millennials out here.
That is
true.
absolutely true, brother. That is true, broski.
Yeah, I got a lot more talent than most millennials out here, but
especially one in
what
particular,
happened
right?
with the whole pork chop.
Yeah, I love that.
We'll get that in a bit, but go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, so the troll label came from is I did troll and I still do every once in a while, but it's typically people who are picking on um, innocent people who are like trying to bully other people. Yeah, I'll troll them. I was a troll for hire, so to say. I guess you could say.
Figuratively speaking, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Let's clarify.
Figuratively
Actually, I've never
speaking,
been paid. Never been paid to troll. I just do it for the love of it.
right. That's why I said figuratively speaking, because these people will take you out of context, ODN. You know how that goes, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, they'll clip that. See, he's a
See, he
hired.
was paid. Eli
Yeah,
did pay ODN. Yeah. No, I
yeah.
never
No,
paid
you've never
ODN a
paid me a
dime.
cent. You've never paid me a dime, even though you probably should have. No, I'm joking.
I've offered you donations, but you turned them down, and I never paid him
Yeah,
to do
no, you're
something.
right.
I just
Whenever you've offered me, I've always said no. But yeah, they've always said Eli paid ODN to make fun of us or whatever they're saying, and you've never paid me anything. So
yeah.
I've done it all from the
Yeah.
kindness of my heart.
Oh, much appreciated. I mean, I have offered donations to people that I care for, including you. But yeah, no, you said that no, and there was specific reasons, and they're good reasons. We don't have to get into them,
Money is the root of
yeah,
all evil.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, definitely.
yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. So, anything else you want to mention? Regarding who you are and why you
Oh
do
no,
what you
no, no,
do.
no.
No, no,
I
no.
don't really want to talk about like my artistic side or anything like that. I just wanted to come on here and talk about what's been going on with you, really. And then there was some questions I had for you after. I figured we, chat up a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But out of respect for you, and I get it, we're going to move on. We're going to respect your wishes, and we're going to move on. But we also want you to know that we're doing this for you, and now you're doing this for us, and that goes to show that you're a considerate person and you care about other people's feelings, wants, and needs besides your own, just like us. So it's like you got two people that are trying to, or three people here that are all trying to respect each other and make this show about them. Now, this is the Dawn and Eli show, but you're our guest, so we make it about you. You're trying to make it about us. It's all good. Let's just make it about everyone and move forward. How's that?
All
That's
right.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maybe I should start, the cannabis. Anyway, another time. But yeah, ODN. So why don't we start getting right into it? You wanted to talk about some situations that have, transpired on YouTube over the last 7 or 8 years. Now you've known me for what, like 7 or 8 years or so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you want me to get into it?
yeah, go ahead and get into it, and then we'll respond when necessary, and then we will answer your questions. I told Dawn, which probably cracked you up at the beginning of the show on the monologue, that you're going to interrogate her. So it's all good. We're ready for it.
I'm going to interrogate the lady baby.
That sounds good. Isn't that
Right?
right, baby? That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
Yep. Lady baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got some questions for you. I'm going to ask you some of those questions, but towards the end of what I wanted to talk about. So you're going to have to bear
Okay.
with me, Dawn.
No worries.
All right. Um, so first off, I've been watching this go on for years, and for the longest time, I did not believe it was real. Even still, up until recently, I was having some troubles with you because I couldn't understand why you were letting these people mess with you. I don't want to cuss or anything like that, but they were messing with you pretty bad. And there was a part of me that thought maybe this was scripted or something because it was so bad. And I was expecting you to sue this guy or take him to court a long time ago. And the dude I'm referring to is Jamie. Most people call him Pork Chop, as his ex-girlfriend started that name for him. But the guy's been stalking you and harassing you for about 8 years now. and it seems as if he's extremely envious of you. It's like he tries to ride off your coattails. It's pretty much like an energy vampire, or I'd compare him more to like an energy parasite,
Oh yeah.
an
Oh yeah.
emotional vampire, or an
Yeah.
emotional parasite, whichever one.
Oh, they
All
both
of
work
And
for
the
then
me.
he
above.
likes
They
true, true,
yeah.
yeah. He likes
Go,
to try to spin the story. He tries to make it sound like other people are the energy vampires, when in all actuality, he's the one who's leeching off of other people's content continuously.
right, right.
And he has really no original thoughts. He's pretty much just a copycat, a mimic.
Amen to
Yep.
that.
Yep.
It's a Latin word for that. It's like Mimus polygotus or something like that. He's a
Oh
mimic.
wow.
He's a
Yeah.
mockingbird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Guys always trying to rewrite history. Like he'll literally lose in court against you and then try to rewrite it as a win, as if he won the court case or something. And then he's got a bunch of cronies that eat up his bullshit. You
Yeah.
guys already
Oh, you can say bullshit. It's all
said
good,
shit
dude.
earlier, so
We're
I can
good.
say it too.
We're
Yep.
good.
All
No
right.
problem with the
Yeah,
cussing here.
bullshit.
You can just
Excuse
be
my
yourself.
French.
No worries. It's all
All right,
good.
okay. Pretty
Oh,
much just
Deanne,
like a
real quick,
narcissist.
real quick. When I upload the podcast to Apple, Apple allows you
Mhm.
to do the swearing. You just have to label your podcast as explicit. It's all good. Not a big deal. So go ahead, man. It's all you. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's just like I've been watching this dude go at you for like 8 years, and to me, in my opinion, it's felony harassment what he's doing to you. You've made it clear that you don't want any contact with him, but for some reason he keeps doing it, and then he tries to portray it as if you're the one stalking him. But the truth of the matter is you've been having to deal with him stalking you for the last 8 years, and I think he was semi-quiet, even though he really wasn't, for around 2 months. And he seems to think that just because he was quiet for 2 months, halfway quiet, that he should be allowed to get a restraining order on you because you continued to mention the fact that this dude has harassed you and stalked you and tormented you for the last 8 years, which is
Right.
mind blowing. Like I was saying, he's pretty much like a narcissist. I'd say he's worse than a narcissist. He's like a megalomaniac. There's some kind of
Yeah.
mental
Yes.
illness going on with that.
Yeah.
He's
Absolutely.
a copycat, like I said. Like he's always mimicking other people's content. He's pretty much a wannabe. He's always copying other people. It's like he wants to wear other people's skin.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I'll mention these things. I'll say, this dude wants to wear Eli's skin. And then in the
That's
next live stream he does, he starts talking about how people want to wear his skin, which is a copy
Oh,
of what I said about him. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
wow.
he'll literally project his own faults onto other people, his
Right.
own vices or whatever. Dude copies everything. He projects everything. He's divergent. The dude's delusional. He has delusions of grandeur.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Yeah. That's to say
yeah,
the
yeah,
least.
yeah, he has mass grandiose thoughts. It's odd how highly he thinks of himself. I've heard him
Yeah.
say things like, when I made it big on YouTube, I first noticed I made it big on YouTube. When it's like, dude, you're just a small YouTuber with barely even 1,000 subscribers, and most of them are bought. You know what I mean?
Right.
But for some reason, he thinks he's this big YouTuber. It's
Well,
just odd.
ODN,
It's very.
ODN,
Go ahead.
real quick. He's, I believe, and what you're saying in different but great words, I believe he is struggling to find his purpose. I think he's been struggling to find what the fuck his purpose is his entire life.
I think he's trying to figure
True.
out how to be a man.
That too. But go ahead, Odin.
Yeah.
What do you think about him having a lack of purpose and struggling to find it? Do you think that's what this all boils down to at the end of the day?
Well, obviously, there's some truth to that because, I mean, I don't want to bring religion into anything, but it seems as if he wants a purpose. He wants to be a part of something. And at one point in time, he was claiming he was Jewish and he was raised Jewish. But if you see pictures of him when he was younger, he's wearing a Christian crucifix. And later in life, he said he was atheist. And then I and others called him out on that. I asked him, I said, how are you going to say you're Jewish and atheist at the same time? And he got upset and said, you can't judge me on my Jewish faith. And I don't see how you can be Jewish and atheist. Well, you can be of Jewish descent or heritage and be atheist, but you can't have a Jewish faith and be atheist at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. It's an oxymoron. It's a contradiction. Most Jewish people believe in, I think it's Yahweh or something like that. I could be wrong, but they believe in a higher power, and atheists don't believe in a higher power. So
That's
I
true.
think that, yeah, he's been struggling his whole life to be a part of something and find his purpose. Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Oh, real quick, Don just stepped away to use the restroom for those of you that are watching the video portion on YouTube. But we'll continue and she'll be back in just a few. But yeah, he's struggling to find his purpose. And it seems like, or what it seemed like to me all along, is that he built 90+% of his audience to be Eli haters. I used to be known as Coach Eli on YouTube. No more. I got rid of the coaching title a little over a year ago, and now I'm just the president and founder of the GNA, short for January Networking Association. But so hold on a second. Don is back. Welcome back, Don.
Thank you.
He doesn't get the traction when he's not talking about me because the majority of his audience wants him to talk about me and belittle me. Go ahead.
You've built his audience. Everybody who attends his audience at one point in time ran across you. I wouldn't even have known about him if it wasn't for you. And that's one of the reasons why I've been upset with you in the past, because I really didn't want to be introduced to a person like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
don't blame you.
The guy's a leech. He leeches off of other people's audiences. He did the same thing with Granny's Watching. He leeched off of her audience. He poached her audience. He did the same thing with Brutally Lauren. He tried to steal all of her friends. Actually, a good majority of his audience was introduced to him by Brutally Lauren, who was watching you. And it's pretty much everybody from his audience he's poached from someone else. Like, I can't remember her name, Witchy Nicole. That was someone that he stole from my group. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy just leeches off of other people's audiences. And,
Witchy Nicole, I guess, was from you originally, like you said, and then she came over and started to follow me, and then she started to do some crazy things where I had to ban her, and because of that, she ended up going over to Jamie's end, which is just really weird how this is all worked out. It's like, okay, if you want to follow a specific channel, you follow that channel because of what they do. We've always taught personal development / self-help, right? And if that's not what they're there for, then don't be there, right? So she came and was basically not there for that. She was there to create drama. And when we removed her, she's like, okay, well, now I want revenge on Eli because he removed me for not being there for the right reasons. So now I'm going to go over to this drama group that's talking about him and support them to eternity. And she's still there to this day. Like, a lot of these people are still there to this day, and pretty much only come around when the guy's talking about me. And when he's doing like a movie review or something else, or a food review, like maybe 100, 150 views. If he does a live stream, maybe 15, 20, 25, maybe 30 people, or maybe 100, 150 views. Whereas when he does the drama on me, he's getting 500, 1,000 plus views.
I think a lot of his views are bots, but true, he does get far more views using your content than he does anybody else's or his own.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring up Witchy Nicole again one more time. She actually originated from Fan Channel's channel, that and maybe the James Cox community. I could be wrong. That's how I was introduced to her. And she's extremely toxic. And a lot of these people that watch this dude's content are extremely toxic. Like this Jenny's Books and Vlogs lady, she likes to ham up an issue that she has, but in all I don't like to use the same words over and over again, but in all actuality, she is very toxic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Jenny's Books and Blogs, yes, I did meet her through the I Am a Creator community years ago when I was doing a bunch of networking, and I was collaborating with a bunch of these channels, including hers. And that's when, the guy we've been talking about that's created most of the issues for us and myself, Jamie, came in. And he would just, after he would see these people within my live stream chats, he would go comment on their channels. He would invite them to his channel. He would say, hey, this is the real Eli. He would share a video that he made of me initially called Coach Eli's Greatest Hits Volume 1. And then he created Volume 2 down the road, putting together all of my most inappropriate moments that we've all had on YouTube and social media, and he would use that to turn people against me, and then so that way they can come over to his end. He would paint me as a bad person. He would paint me as a criminal and other things. When I had a moment, that doesn't make me a criminal, doesn't make me a bad person. Everybody has moments, but he took it so far out of context. You were talking about that earlier. He takes things so far out of context, and he convinces people with his editing and the way he puts videos together that what he's saying is true, and then uses that against the creator to take their audience and then use the creator's former audience to bring him views and to give him donations instead of me. That's what happened, right, ODN? Tell me that if that makes sense or not.
In my opinion, the guy's got an extreme jealousy problem. It's like a pathological jealousy. He's envious. It's like a chronic envy. The guy's doing everything and anything he can to try to be in the spotlight, even if that means shitting on other people and making things up about other people. It is a form of malicious prosecution, just in the sense that he is maliciously fabricating things about people. I mean, it is criminal, in my opinion, the behavior that I'm seeing from. He's devious. He's diabolical. He's a
pathological.
Liar.
He's pathological.
Yeah. Yes.
He's a psychopath. He literally is.
He is a psychopath.
Exactly. Right, he's psychopathic. He's
Yep.
a gaslighter, man. The dude's just a professional.
He's the extreme gaslighting extraordinaire. I've never seen anyone gaslight more than him.
That's where they got the expression
saboteur.
from.
Yeah,
he's a saboteur. He's always sabotaging things. Always trying to sabotage you. He's good at deflecting.
Yes.
I think I've heard you use the word mastermind before. That describes he's like a mastermind scapegoater.
Yep. Yep. He deflects and projects. What he does is he deflects when you call him out on the truth and he knows you're calling him out truthfully. He will deflect and then project onto you what he's feeling based on you calling him out on the truth and him not being able to admit it. You know, he just never wants to admit his faults. He thinks he's perfect, or at least he wants the public perception. He wants the public perception of him to feel that he's the perfect person, and he's nowhere near perfect. Nobody's perfect. But go ahead.
Right. No, he's like proud of his plagiarism. He's not even creating original content, and he gets all prideful. You know, he's like a stuck-up, spoiled brat. Like, and people keep coddling him. I've heard you say that in the past. He's extremely coddled by all these desperate old housewives that just want some attention,
and by his parents too. His parents still coddle him too, ODN.
Right. Yeah. No, his parents do, and he demands appraisal. And if you don't give him that appraisal, he's lost his use for you, and then you become a target.
Right. Right. And that's exactly why Granny's watching Jessica got an RO on him. And I'll share this. We're not going to say too much about this, but I kind of want to bring this up. A little over a year ago, another YouTube content creator named Granny's Watching, I believe she's in her mid to late 30s now, a reasonably attractive woman, right, ODN?
Yeah, no, she's pretty hot.
Okay. Pretty hot.
Okay. Well, I'm happy with my woman.
She's pretty damn good looking. I like her. She's good looking.
I mentioned that because
not as good looking as Dawn, but she's pretty good looking.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Well, that's kind of you to say, but I'm like, wow, this is way too good for Jamie. What does she see in him? But anyway, maybe initially he's one hell of a love bomber, which is another thing he does. He love bombs people, and sometimes when you're such a good gaslighter and manipulator and love bomber, women will look past looks to a certain extent, beyond their typical type, because I don't think Jamie was anywhere near Granny's Watching Jess's typical type. But so
she's out of his league.
Yeah, she is. She is out of his league, but she actually ended up filing for a stalking and harassment order on him in her state of Pennsylvania. And she ended up getting that about a year ago, and then Jamie was upset, and he appealed the case. And these cases in Pennsylvania, they're all public cases, but it's very difficult to actually get the court papers in Pennsylvania for stalking and harassment orders. Just like here in California, anyone can see it as it's happening. It's totally public information. But in Pennsylvania, they protect it, right? But because Jamie filed an appeal, and that appeal, I guess, apparently was filed shortly after the order was placed on him, and that was probably almost a year ago. Apparently, they just finally ended up going to court for the appeal last month, and he lost. And there's actually public information now by just doing a Google search on the case, which actually shares pretty much everything that happened in the original case. And I'll say this, right? I'm looking over this paperwork, and this is public information. Okay, we're not putting any addresses out there or anything, but what we're saying is that within this information, it stated that him, Jamie and Granny's Watching, Jess, had an online intimate relationship, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, first of all, okay, I can understand Jamie doing that kind of stuff, but why in the world would a half-decent woman that has a great family, is reasonably attractive, has kids, why would she even consider having an online sexual relationship with anyone on YouTube? That to me kind of boggles my mind. But everyone has moments of weakness. I get it. I understand it, right? But in order to get this restraining order to go through, which I more than believe she had more than enough. she had to basically come out and say that they were having publicly sexual. She said this publicly in the court papers that they had a sexual online relationship and they were supposed to meet in person. And I remember Jamie was talking about that, when they first, I guess got together as the online couple. And Jamie's had a ton of online girlfriends over the years. There's always been a new one like every few years, right, ODN?
Yeah. And then he
I
flies.
And I just was going to say, I feel like in the last 4 years that we've been dating, Eli, he's had like 8 different online girlfriends.
It may appear that way, but these are all like ODN said, there are a bunch of desperate housewives in his chat.
It's pretend girlfriends. They're not real girlfriends. They're pretend girlfriends. I'll be real with you. I think the guy's closeted or possibly bi.
Could be.
From my understanding, he slept with the man in college. There's a bunch of proof that states as much. And when he's confronted with it, I've heard him say things like, "So what if I am?" So he doesn't outright deny it. But there's a lot of proof that I've seen that indicates him being bi.
Well, that makes total sense. Yeah, and he projects that onto Eli by putting the rainbow dildo in his mouth.
Yeah, he puts a rainbow dick in my mouth.
Instead of just putting a regular one, he emphasizes the pride penis.
Oh, and there are times where he's actually whipped out an African American dildo and put it in my mouth while he's rebroadcasting me on
that's
YouTube.
Projection. That's him getting his own insecurities out and projecting it onto you.
Is that called small pee-pee syndrome, ODN?
Well, I'm not apparently, but there was. I don't know if I can mention this. I can mention it. The guy has videos of himself playing with himself all over the internet, spreading around. And he's extremely small. So that's what it is. Yeah, it is small pee-pee syndrome, in my opinion.
Well, the larger you get, the penis shrinks.
Yeah, when you gain weight, you have less blood flow to your penis, and then your penis does not get as erect.
Well, not only that, but it sinks into the body, and you can't even see it anymore.
Right. The gut hangs over your pee-pee, and
your pee-pee. You sound so like kindergarten teacher.
Oh, baby, I'll make the show fun and interesting, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, real quick, ODN, before we move on, and thank you for your thoughts, Dawn. So this case with Granny's Watching Jess, this restraining order case that she got on Jamie last year. Now I know you've seen it, I've seen it, many people have seen it because you can just do a Google search for it. It is public information. If you go through the whole thing, you will see how similar he treated her, and how similar it is to how he treats myself and other people. Now, of course, there was no sexual stuff involved with me because I'm a straight man. No disrespect against people that aren't straight. I'm just saying I'm a straight man, so that never happened. But all the other types of harassment is very similar. And even in that appeal court paperwork, it even stated that they completely believed Jessica and they didn't believe Jamie at all. It clearly states that. So moving forward, right now, I'm in a copyright, case with him. I actually filed 2 copyright claims board cases against this guy named Jamie. And the first one, I served them, and he actually opted out. You can actually opt out of the copyright claims board.
I tried to get him for copyrights as well, and he opted out. He kept using my content too, and then he opted out. Of course.
Yeah, so he opted out, which forces me to sue him in federal court. So at this time, I'm going to be preparing my case for federal, copyright court. That's going to happen, but what this guy doesn't realize is if I want to, if I want to, I can also sue him civilly for malicious prosecution. And after seeing that Granny's watching, Jessica, a restraining order case against him, and how similar it is to how he's treated myself and others, it's like there's all the proof right there in that case, along with the stuff I have that he's done to me over the years. He's created maybe 100 or more very derogatory memes that he's publicly put out there using my professional image that's now registered with the United States Library of Congress. He's put out sexualized pictures of me, making me appear like I'm gay and putting me next to a gay man. Now, nothing against gay people. I'm just not gay. So that's derogatory, right? He's called me cuck for... Go ahead.
Well, just the fact that he's trying to advertise the process server that came and served you and garnished donations from that video of him serving you, which I don't think was an actual just service, because he blocked you in, and you clearly could not get through that with that car. You would have literally had to go up on the side of the sidewalk to get out of there. He pretty much entrapped you inside of a parking lot. I have nothing against the dude. I don't know him, but that did not look professional. He pretty much cornered you, and I don't know if they're allowed to do that, first off. Second off, he's relinquishing the videotape for Jamie to make donations off of while he's on a live stream with Jamie.
Right.
This guy's up there who's supposed to be a process server on a YouTube channel, joking around about the service. It just seems extremely unprofessional and amateur, and not to mention the fact that he's taking donations and making money off of the video. It just it doesn't seem right. So to me, that is, it seems like he's trying to screw with you through the court system. It's a form of malicious prosecution, in my opinion. He's trying to screw with you with the court system. He's using the court system to harass you.
Yeah. So basically, I may consider down the road to file a malicious prosecution case regarding him trying to get a restraining order on me or a stalking order on me in Florida. This happened just a few weeks ago. And then when we went to court, he was denied the petition for stalking. And he accused me of things that I've never done. First of all, I've never stalked the guy. I live over 2,000 miles away from where he lives. Second of all, he accused me of sexually harassing his mother. And I've never even met his mother. Okay.
Never talked to his mother. You've never had any interactions with his mother. Anything that she sees or hears you say, she would have to come acquire it, looking for it through your channel.
Right. So he accused me of all these things that he himself knows are not true. The judge wasn't buying it. The judge tried to dismiss the case 3 times. There's a public video available of it because the video of the court session.
Right, and he was trying to tell the judge what to do.
That was so funny. Objection.
The judge is like, it's dismissed. It's over with. We're done with this. And the guy kept on, but it's like,
what can I do?
Right. Yeah. Like, how can I have this guy screwed over, Your Honor? I really want to get it. I want to stick it to him bad. Tell me how to do it, please.
He asked the judge, what can I do to get this to go through, Your Honor? And I'm like,
basically, whose dick do I have to suck to get this done?
Right.
That's mental illness. That's a good point.
He's a spoiled brat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think his stalking issues have to do with some sort of mental issue. It's the guy admits to having the Rapunzel disease, teletrichomania, where he pulls out his own hair, and in that that court video, you could see in the very beginning, he started pulling out his beard hair. So he was nervous. But I think it's like a form of OCD, an obsessive compulsive disorder. He
It
has an
absolutely
obsession with
is.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an obsession, and he can't stop himself from stalking. He just can't control it.
Yeah, he's a control freak. He has to be in control of everything and everyone. And if he's not, then he goes psycho to try to get that control back. But what, like I was saying, ODN, so malicious prosecution, I could sue him for that. I could also sue him for abuse of process, also known as abuse of court process. You mentioned, and then I want to hear what Donna has to say as well about this. You mentioned how when I was served by the process server that Jamie used, it was also a process server that someone that's a known associate of his, another channel on YouTube run by a lady named Tammy, that's served me in a different case with the same server. This process server actually lives 500 miles away in Southern California, and throughout the last few years, people in Jamie's group, including this woman he conspires with, another YouTuber by the name of Tammy, they paid this guy to drive 500 miles north and to serve me. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you pay someone more money, whether it's you paying them or someone that's giving you donations is paying for it because they want the entertainment? Why would you pay someone to drive 500 miles to serve you when you can hire someone locally cheaper and get it done quicker? Why would you do that? Because they want the content.
You can literally have the sheriff do it for free.
You can have the sheriff do it for free. But before we turn it back to ODN, and then we'll get your thoughts as well after ODN shares his. But like you mentioned, ODN, he was recording when he served us. It was at the park where I do some of my walking live streams, and Dawn was with me doing a stream that day. Dawn was with me, and she witnessed everything that happened from the point that he pulled in to a driveway that's very narrow. He wingspanned his door. Now, his door, even though apparently when it showed in this video, it wasn't all the way wingspanned. It was wingspanned and up to the point of where I could not pass on the right, because that part of the driveway, the curb was closer in. So I would have had to either go over the curb or I would have hit his door driving on the way out. But forget about that. I already knew this case was happening because initially Jamie served me in this case the first time on a few weeks before that a week before that on June 23rd, 3 days later after I was supposed to appear in court for the original court date, which was June 20th. Well, he served me with San Mateo County Sheriff initially 3 days late. And then he was in court getting an extension, probably saying that, I failed to serve, Eli, so I need more time. So I think he served me through the sheriff on purpose to try to keep sending people to the house to harass myself, my family. And I think he knew that the second time he was going to use Twiggy. And all of this was set up by that woman, Tammy, that's done this to me in the past, another creator within his group of people. But he was recording video. I clearly stated in that when he was recording that I did not give him permission to record me. Now, he has the right to record me to protect himself. He also has the right to give that recording to his client. So I'm not questioning that. But he gave the video to Jamie, like you said. And then Jamie on a live stream basically incited donations to his audience saying, when I reach $100, I'll put out this video of Eli, right? And I have a reasonable expectation to privacy, even on a video of me getting served in public. Again, he recorded it to protect himself, the process server, fine. He gave it to his client, fine. But then his client uses it for entertainment content, making a mockery of the court system and abusing the court process, right? And he incited donations.
And then the process is,
right.
sorry, the process server was involved as well, and he's up there, um, defaming you when he's supposed to
Yeah.
be a process server, not a co-host. And I think he even
Yeah.
said that towards the end. Can I stay up here and be your co-host, Jamie?
He basically, the process server, who basically, I believe Jamie mentioned during the court case, if I remember correctly, or he put it in his notes, that the process server is someone that he just hired and is not a part of his group. That's bullshit, because he brought him on panel on that show where he showed the video, right? So
Yeah,
there's
they've been
all
friends
this,
for a while.
right? There's all this proof of him doing this and doing it for entertainment content, which is abuse of process.
Exactly. It's all
And,
for entertainment.
right. So he abused the court process and the process serving process. And this is him trying to get this, stalking petition on me initially, malicious prosecution. So what I'm trying to say is this, and then I want to turn it over to you, and then Don after that. This is something that I could potentially file a major lawsuit on him. I hope he realizes that, but go ahead, Odian.
Well, I think it's in retaliation because of the fact that you're not allowing him to use your copyrighted content. I think that's one of the reasons why he did what he did, aside from garnishing attention and donations, views and likes from the court case.
Correct.
And
He was struggling when I started taking him down for copyright through YouTube, and then I started to file these copyright cases through the Copyright Claims Board. So that way, I can assert my rights to my intellectual property, my copyright, and to also keep those videos from being reinstated. Because when you file a counter notification on YouTube, if the person that filed the copyright initially doesn't respond with legal action within 10 business days, YouTube will reinstate the content. So that's why I started to take the legal action. And you're right. I believe that he filed this stalking case as a retaliatory measure, probably knowing that he wasn't going to get it, but he tried to use it as a smokescreen. And I believe the other woman that's a part of his group, another creator by the name of Tammy, who's also tried to get a similar stalking order on me a year and a half ago, and then she never showed up to her own court hearing. She failed to appear at the hearing, and then the case was dismissed. And then, on top of that, earlier this year, in April of this year, this same woman, Tammy, that's associated with Jamie, convinced another woman that used to be a part of our group here, which is now a part of their group over there, named Patty. She filed a similar stalking case on me and didn't show up to her hearing. Dawn and I were on Zoom waiting, for our case. And when it came time for our case, Patty didn't show up and she failed to appear, and the case was dismissed. Then Patty puts on her community wall, well, something came up, a medical thing. Well, you could have contacted the court and let them know that a medical thing came up. Can we postpone this or, reschedule it, right? So it was all bullshit. So the whole thing, you've got all these people conspiring together, in group mob fashion style. They're bullies. They're gang stalkers. Basically, this is all considered gang stalking to me. What are your thoughts about that? And then I want to hear Don's thoughts.
Well, I never believed in gang stalking. I always thought that was crazy, like for people that have mental issues. But if I've ever seen gang stalking, this is definitely it. This is the real deal for real gang stalking.
Anything else you want to add to that before I turn it over to Don?
Oh, there's a ton of stuff I could say about that, but let's let Don say some things.
All right, Don, what are your thoughts? I'm sure you have a lot to say about this.
Well, you have covered a lot of information. But yes, no, he absolutely is deflecting. And in that video, and that was posted public, y'all, like Raleigh got the video, put it out there. We all saw how he acted. Why is he denying it? Like, we literally saw it on camera. And he's saying that didn't happen.
Right.
And that Eli didn't get to present his case. Well, he didn't have to because you didn't have a case, you know? And I think if that were myself, I would have went home with my tail between my legs and kept my mouth shut. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But no, he immediately turns around and starts screaming again. And, you know, let's get beyond just learning a lesson, because that's obviously never going to happen. You know, the only way is if he goes to jail. That is literally the only way.
He may end up in jail over
he's going to
this.
stop doing this.
This could...
Because he's going to find a way. If he can't do it himself, he's going to incite his followers to do it.
Right. So let me respond to you, and then you continue. You mind if I respond to what you said,
Mhm.
Dawn?
Mhm.
Okay, babe. So yeah, eventually, this guy's going to end up in jail if he doesn't stop, because it's not just one instance. There are multiple instances. There's an active restraining order on him that has found him not believable and basically has stated his behavior to be almost exactly towards the woman that got the restraining order on him as it's been to myself and other people. So the more and more of a legal history this group of people has stemming around him, eventually all it's going to take is one case, like a malicious prosecution case, filed against him civilly to hold him accountable. Number one, financially, you can recover your financial losses, because this guy's cost me a lot financially. But also injunctions can be put into place, forcing him to not do certain things on social media, or possibly even barring him from social media. And I say this, respectfully. I'm not trying to silence the guy, but some people that are that harmful need to be removed. And then, on top of that, should the judge see his activity to be criminal harassment, like you say, ODN, the judge could make a recommendation to the DA, and they could potentially press charges on him. Do I think it's ever going to get to a criminal level? At this point, no. But I think if one more person gets a restraining order on him, and the restraining order that Granny's Watching Jess got on him was over a death threat. And he's trying to soften it up by saying it was an implied death threat through a video. No, it was clearly...
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's made death threats to me as well, several death threats, and they're on audio. He keeps saying that I've made death threats to him. That's not true. He can't play one audio of me ever making a death threat on him, but I can play several audios of him making death threats towards me. He likes to spin things and play the victim when he's the one out here committing the most atrocities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what else were you going to mention, Dawn?
Oh, no, it's the behavior is what really gets to me, is because, like I said, if I was humiliated like that, I'd shut down my whole YouTube thing. I'd just erase it from my phone.
Right. Just stop.
But yeah, but he wants to keep pushing, and then he wants to criticize Eli for talking on his show about what he's doing to Eli. And it's like,
I'm just sharing the news, babe.
Yeah. And I call the two of those people hungry hypocrites.
Amen.
Well
said.
Exactly.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah, everything.
He's an intentional hypocrite, babe. He's attention hungry, like you said, ODN, and babe, he's an intentional hypocrite. He knows he's a hypocrite, but that's his content. See, he knows if he's an intentional hypocrite and says things deliberately that aren't true about other people, those people are going to respond to him to defend themselves, which gives him more of the content. So for me, his audience is 90% Eli haters. If he can intentionally be a hypocrite and make up shit and say shit about me that's not true, and I respond to it, it gives him another opportunity to do a live stream and incite donations to that 90% of his audience that are Eli haters. Does that make sense, babe?
Yeah.
Anything else before we go back to ODN?
No.
You have to go again?
Yeah.
Dawn has to go to the restroom again, but go ahead, ODN. We're going to switch the screen here on the YouTube end of things.
You guys still talk.
Well, we're going to talk, baby. It's all good. Go ahead, ODN. So what are your thoughts about what I said there? And then we can move on to the next thing here. We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're good for another 50 minutes or so. We got time. So go ahead.
Well, he's trying to build an audience off of defaming other people, slandering other people. Anybody that's ever really tuned into his streams that are like a big fan, it usually starts off with him talking badly about someone they don't like in order to gain their appraisal. And the guy's he's very ambiguous. He's obscure. Like everything he says has kind of got like a double-edged meaning to it.
Double-edged sword, right?
Yeah. He tries to play both sides of the field, or not both sides of the. Yeah, he plays both sides of the field. He at one point he'll claim he's a Democrat. Then at another point he'll claim he's a Republican. He'll go with whatever is most popular at the time. He's a bandwagon jumper. He's a conformist.
According to public records, he's a registered Democrat. But when his audience of Eli haters are primarily registered Republicans or MAGA supporters, he automatically becomes MAGA. I've seen a lot of YouTubers, ODN, convert to being Republicans just because it makes them more money by getting them more attention on YouTube. And that's really fucking pathetic, don't you think?
It is. I'm nonpartisan independent. I'm a nonpartisan independent constitutionalist. There's things I agree with the left on. There's things I agree with the right on. And then there's things I disagree with the right on. And then there's things that I disagree with the left on.
Amen.
But
Same here.
This guy will I'm an Obama supporter. Next thing you know, he's all for these liberal points of views about the alphabet agenda. I don't want to really go into depth with that, but he's all for that at one point in time, and then next thing you know, he's a full-blown Trump supporter, just trying to act real chauvinist. He's just trying to fit in. He really wants to be a part of something, and I think he is always saying other people have Dunning-Kruger syndrome. I think one of the reasons why he says people have Dunning-Kruger syndrome, I think someone must have told him that in the past. I think it was his ex-girlfriend, MD, who told him that he has Dunning-Kruger syndrome. And I think that's one of the reasons why he uses that word so much. I think his ex-girlfriend, MD, told him that he has Dunning-Kruger, and that affected him, and that's why he's always saying that other people have Dunning-Kruger.
I actually have respect for his ex-online fake girlfriend, who was actually a real person, but it was a fake relationship, MD Emily. I have respect for her because she really stood up to him and stood her ground.
Yeah, she seems like a good woman, even though he had her rattled. There was times where she went live and she was a little upset, and a lot of people probably didn't understand why she was so upset, and it might have appeared a certain way, but if they knew the full backstory, they would realize she had every reason to be flipping out and getting upset like that. And then he tries to, I don't like to use the same word more than once, but he says, he likes to spin it. He's a spin doctor.
ODN, are you there?
Uh-oh. Did we lose you?
Am I there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you are. You're back. You're back now. So you were saying he's a spin doctor. He likes to spin it, and then go ahead.
Yeah. He'll get somebody so upset to where they eventually break down and say some stuff that might sound a little out of hand, and then he'll use that against them. But if they knew the full backstory as to why they're saying that, they would realize that this dude pushed the person to a breaking limit. and that's what he
Yeah.
does. It's his
He
MO.
incites that. Basically, he incites people, basically antagonizes people to do for him what he needs for the content that he needs to present to his audience. His
Right, and
audience
once
is
those
waiting
people,
for. Yeah, go ahead.
once those people that he has, he'll use people as human shields, pawns, footstools, and once they're done doing his bidding, and he doesn't have any use for them, if they don't continue to support him and give him the appraisal that he so desperately desires, he'll toss them to the side and shun them. And I've seen him do that with a lot of his ex-girlfriends. Once he gets bored with them, once he gets them, what he does is he'll fly over there and he'll visit them and he'll sleep with them like one time. And from my understanding, he doesn't really sleep with them so much as he asks them for oral pleasures. And
Mm-hmm.
supposedly there's a reason for that. I don't want to go into detail, but
Okay.
I don't think the dude likes. I don't think the dude likes pussy. I think he likes other stuff. But anyways, once
Yeah,
he's
I
done
think
with
so.
them, yeah, once he's done with them and he's had his way, he he has no more use for them, and he's very
Yeah.
cold when he cuts them off. I've seen him do it to Amber. I've seen him do it to numerous women. And this new woman that he's with now, if she does not continue to back him up in the comment sections and say negative things about his detractors, she's going to be out of the picture too. The
Oh,
more that she does, go ahead.
she knows it. She knows it, and he will expose her. The thing is,
Right.
She doesn't. She's going to listen to this and listen. She goes by HB or Honey Bunch on YouTube, right? I'll tell you this, Honey Bunch. The moment that you stop being of use to Jamie, he is going to expose who you are. He is going to dox you. He is going to harass you. He's
Oh,
going to make content
100%.
off of you. There's no doubt, and that is my
He's
opinion.
going to release her nudes. He's going to show private conversations, private
Oh yeah,
pictures, everything.
oh yeah.
That's what he did with all of them.
And
That's what
that's
he
why,
does.
and that's what he
She
did with
does.
Granny's
Go
watching
ahead.
Jess.
I think what's happening also is he gets bored and it's like he just ran out of content. So okay, let me break up with my fake girlfriend and create content by bashing her, doxing
Right.
her, throwing all this shit out there.
Yep.
And then he just moves on some other, stupid desperate housewife.
Everyone is disposable to him.
Yeah,
Everyone,
absolutely.
everyone's disposable. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was
That's
saying
what I
there's
was
so many desperate housewives out there
Yeah.
that, I mean, it's ridiculous how many, I'm just thinking how many women supporters he has versus men.
It's all over the place. It used to be, I think, more female supporters. Now it's a combination of both. But there are a lot of really messed up, bitch-made men that support him.
Ugh,
Like
yeah.
the men that support
I
him
can tell you,
are. Go ahead.
for the most part, the men that do support him are very flamboyant, like
Oh, yeah.
Siren. And then there's that brutally honest guy. He reminds me of, I think, Richard Simmons, the exercise dude. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Yes, Richard Simmons, of course.
Yeah, he's like, I swear that dude's long lost twin, except for with straight hair.
Yeah, and
They
a
could
lot
be
of
the
these
same
guys,
person.
no disrespect, I know gay people and most gay people I know are great people, but these are all gay men that he's associating with.
Yeah.
And so, that's one aspect of it. But what else did you want to say regarding this, ODN, or do you want to start getting into the questions? I think this might be a good time to start getting into the questions so we can have enough time to answer them. But go ahead.
Oh man, I could go on for days about this dude's bizarre behavior and how he's got major Roger Elliott vibes, but let's go ahead and go into the questions that I have for you guys.
All right, shoot.
So first off, let me ask Dawn some questions.
All right.
Okay.
because when I seen her come into this, I thought, oh my God, they're gonna do the same thing they did with Dana to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it seems as if they have definitely attempted. You know who Dana is, right, Dawn?
Of course, yeah. I mean, you're
Right.
talking about
And I am,
you're talking about Eli's ex, right?
yes, I am so
Yeah.
proud of you for sticking by Eli's side. You did far better than Dana. You you're on the next level.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
I concur with that.
Right. Yeah, he
Amen,
got
baby.
somebody with a little ghetto in her, so I don't take shit.
So I do see sometimes like it's sad to me. I'll see you guys go out for a walk and you're wanting to enjoy your walk, and I see Eli will get frustrated with these trolls coming in trying to harass, and it'll be your birthday or something, and he has to address some of this stuff because it's obviously getting on his nerves. It's just a bunch of BS they're saying, and I'll see you get upset about it or something like that. Um, how much of a toll has this taken on you personally? Because I know it affected Dana, and it must have
Mhm.
affected you as well. Is there times where you just like can't handle it?
Oh God, yeah. You've seen me break down on camera. Like I'm just like I'm done. I'm out of here. Um, because it is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. All of the comments, because I've dealt with the things that are going on in my life, and I'm able to get up every day and have a good life. But then when they want to come in with their digs, it just brings me back to like, well, yeah, I guess I am a fuck up. But then I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? They're fucked up and they don't know
Yeah.
me. So just, you don't know me. So don't talk about me.
Right.
Keep my name out your mouth.
Can I ask you, have you ever dealt with anything on this level before?
No, no, this is insane. I mean, I've compared it several times to like grade school bullying. And I
Right.
never experienced that in grade school, in sports, nothing. High school was a breeze. And so this is all bizarre to me. I don't comprehend how people of their age act like this. Like, I have two brothers, I have, two sister-in-laws, lots of friends, and not one of those people are as crazy
Right.
as this group.
Right. Right.
Like, I thought, dysfunctional Thanksgiving dinners, that's just common, but man, they have dysfunction 365. And I don't know how to deal with that.
Well, it's one guy that created this whole mess. It's Jamie. Like all these other people are just minions and sheep. And that even includes that woman, Tammy, that has come at us legally as part of her content over the years. It basically, Jamie has convinced all of these people to do certain things, and he's done that by leading them to believe certain things about me that aren't true. And then he had already pre-built the Eli audience, which other people then started to leverage that same Eli audience by talking about me, which is what that Tammy woman did. So all this stems from, this whole thing that Jamie created regarding, my audience, my life, my content, my business, and all of that. And I think he did it because initially something that Dana said, my ex said, she called him a spoiled, entitled millennial, and he didn't like that. And I think that set him off to do this whole thing. I think the guy just cannot take criticism. He's the type of
He
guy
can't.
that he's the guy that will accuse people of not being able to take criticism and parody, but he's just projecting because he can't take any of it himself. All we do is give him
Right.
back what he gives us, and then he can't take it, but then he accuses us of not being able to take it. No, motherfucker, we can take it. We're just giving it back to you. And then
This dude's
and then
go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
The guy's he's a diabolical person. You say something to ruffle his feathers, he's going to hold it against you, and he's going to come up with a master plan to try to destroy your life just because you
Right.
didn't like the shirt he wore.
Right.
Well, and that's what I don't understand is why does it have to go so real life? It's like this YouTube stuff is a joke, really. I mean, I support Eli, but
It is.
as far as everything else, it's a joke. And I just I can't wrap my head around it. And
Well, Eli, I'm gonna go ahead.
no, go.
Eli started off his YouTube channel very professionally, and he was attracting a wide audience. He was networking, and there was a lot of people coming into his audience. And from the beginning, um, I think it was JB Gunner and Pork Chop Jamie, where it seemed like they were envious of this, and it seemed as if they were poaching his audience. They were trying to do anything and everything they could within their power to get rid of his audience, and that included contacting people that were in his audience to talk negatively about him. At one point in
Mhm.
time, Eli had a college basketball player and I think it was an NFL dude. I can't remember that guy's name. Um, in his audience, and even on panel, that guy came up and would speak with Eli. He was like a millionaire, owned several
Wow.
properties, and Jamie got jealous of that and had to try and recruit that guy over to his side, which was
Yeah.
just petty. You know what I mean? I can't remember that dude's name.
Jacob.
It escaped. Jacob. Yeah,
Jacob?
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
know who you're
yeah. He's
talking
got a
about.
channel. Yeah, and man, I can't remember what I was gonna say. It escapes me, but yeah, it's
No.
just been from the beginning. This dude's been he's been a weight around your ankle. You could have risen to the top already and done so many different things. And he's done the same thing with me. He's been a weight around my ankle, and he rides on people's coattails, whether it be Jesse's coattails, Eli's coattails, my coattails. He likes to put other people's names in his mouth and try to prop himself up and put himself on a pedestal. He's a
Yeah.
pompous, arrogant, conceited little dweeb. Excuse my
Yeah.
French.
Yep. No,
Oh
no
no.
French there, man. That's
No,
that's
I
that's
was
that's
say
the
there's no
truth. That's
French.
100% the truth. Um, anything else you want to add, babe, before ODN goes into his questions further?
No, it's just that no, I haven't even seen this kind of diabolical shit on television. It's
Yeah,
just crazy. I'm like, it
it
would
is.
not be a hit show or a hit movie. That's for shit sure. So, but yeah, I can't wrap my head around it. But go ahead, Eli.
I got another
ODN.
question for you.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
ask Don another question. Um, so I noticed he has been talking negatively about you for quite some time, bringing up uh, like your seizure issue that you were having.
Mhm.
Just things that really should not be mentioned. Mentioning your health, really going at you, just really tormenting you for things that you have no control of.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I've seen him say some pretty negative, vile stuff about you, and then I'll see Eli mention something like, why does HB support a man who's doing all of these negative things? And then, like in his court case, he will attack Eli and say, he mentioned my girlfriend, and I'm just trying to protect my girlfriend. How does that make you feel when you have seen this man attack Eli's girlfriend, being you, far worse,
Uh-huh.
way worse than he has ever criticized or critiqued HB? How does that make you feel?
Well, it just shows all of his colors. And like I said, hungry, hungry hypocrite, you
Right.
know?
Right.
His so-called internet girlfriend is on a pedestal. And then I'm just tossed to the bottom. I'm just rocks or gravel at the bottom there. And, it isn't cool. It isn't cool now that, apparently, according to them, like you and I have a thing going on.
Huh, come on. They have nothing else.
And I'm just like, oh, because I
I
was
wish.
talking.
No, I'm joking.
No, but it's like, oh, because I
Eli's like, "Shut
talked
up,
to
Bo,
another
shut up."
person.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
No, it's like just because I talked to another person of the opposite sex, now I'm having an affair. You know?
Right.
Same thing with Dion. It's like they just couldn't stop. That's where the whole BBC
They're looking for
came
any
from.
angle.
Yeah, anything. And the DUI stuff and the granddaughter and daughter shit. It's like, okay, it's getting old. Obviously, I haven't found anything else on me, so might as well
And
move on.
you're Eli's real woman. You're his real girlfriend. You live in the same house with him. You guys sleep in the same bed together every night.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
he doesn't have a real girlfriend. He has a pretend girlfriend. It's what I would like to call a beard. It's a
Mhm.
status symbol. And for
Oh,
some
wow.
reason he goes to court claiming Eli's coming after my girlfriend. I have to protect her. Dude, you don't have a real girlfriend. You're making fun of someone's real woman though. You guys, I mean, in
Yeah.
some places it might be considered common law marriage. You guys have been around for a while. I'm not sure how long it has to be, but you've been
I
living
think it has to be
together in
10,
the same
10 or
house.
10 or 20 years.
No,
in
I think
California.
it's 7 or
Oh.
10 years. I don't know.
Okay,
You'll
yeah,
look it
because
up.
I remember I spent I think it was 6 years with a woman where we lived together in the same house, and the cops were telling me we were pretty much common law marriage is
Mm-hmm.
what they were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have been together for quite some time. I'm not sure, it's like 2 or 3 years or something like that, and he's
We're on 4
barely even met
years.
4 years. He doesn't even really know HB that well. It's just like a pretend internet girlfriend type thing. And this
Right.
guy, it's so hypocritical to me, and I just wanted to know what she thought about that. That was what I wanted to
Yeah, and
ask.
it's not even just with that person. It has to do with also somebody you and I don't get along with, and what she has to say now, and how horrible of a person I am because apparently I laughed at somebody else talking about her incident. And I'm like, I didn't even laugh at you. I don't care about you.
Well,
You know?
can I say something about that real quick? And I know we mentioned that we weren't going to talk about this one person, but I'll just say
give
this.
me a break. Just because she's so sensitive.
Yeah, but yes. It's
wow, she has mental health issues. Nobody else does.
Okay, and I understand that you saying that, she's going to listen to this, and it's going to trigger her.
And why am I scared of triggering her?
Okay. I understand. But
let's move on.
No, I agree. Here's the thing. This whole thing is about both sides not antagonizing each other. But the other side has gone far worse, right? I understand your reaction.
And I didn't say her name. I said it's somebody that ODN and I don't get along with.
Well, and they're going to put two and two together, including her. She's going to figure it out. The bottom line is...
That's surprising.
No, that's not. But here's the thing. All I'm going to say is this, is that in general, there are a lot of people that like Jamie and will support him no matter what he does, good, bad, or indifferent. Unfortunately, that's just how it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, sometimes also you have to understand that a lot of the people that have worked alongside Jamie
mm-hmm.
are trying to help him keep the drama going by creating more fake instigated drama.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes certain people put postings out there to see if it's going to get a reaction from you, just like Jamie does the same thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Everybody does that. It's basically throwing out a fishing pole. What can I catch? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and look, I don't wish harm upon anyone. I've had videos put out about me for years. Coach Eli's Greatest Hits 1 and 2. If anyone should be pissed off and be bothered by this to this day, it's me. I'm not bothered by it. I don't care if people still talk about it. I wouldn't even care if they still put it out. Of course, I would flag it down. What?
Oh, I was just going to say, it doesn't bother me. I just was explaining how it has bothered me in the past.
I'll say this:
Right.
I
Leading
think
up
that
till now.
everybody should be bothered by this. I've had people show up to my house over this. I've had some bad stuff happen regarding this situation. This guy has affected a lot of people. I think everybody should be bothered by this.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I'm just not bothered by what he says about me anymore because it's irrelevant and he doesn't know me and that's what he
Well,
wants
I'm
to
just
think.
saying you have a right to be bothered, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
attacked
You're
you.
right.
They have injected themselves into both of your guys' personal lives as if they're entitled to know your personal information and every private moment you have together. They are stalking you. It's a group of
Mm-hmm.
stalkers. It's a group of people that are very gullible. His audience members, just by looking at half of them, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but they seem like they're on the spectrum, and
Yep.
they promote this dull care, cynical type behavior. It's this edge lord type behavior that um,
Mm-hmm.
enthralls them. They get a kick out of it, a rise. It's like a wannabe Jerry Springer, wannabe Howard Stern
Yep.
type show, but
Yeah.
it's real.
Yep.
It's not fake. Which in a lot
Yeah.
of I thought for the longest time, this has got to be fake. This is crazy. This is like some Jerry Springer stuff, but it's not. It's actually real, and it's mental illness. It's
So,
psychotic.
ODN, when you say the fake versus real, what they're doing is instigating fake drama. That's why I call it fake instigated drama. So they're trying to instigate people, including myself and Dawn, to react in certain ways so they can use us as fake instigated drama content. But what we're dealing with on the receiving end is real harassment. And we're not involved in the acting part. They're the ones that are acting, including Jamie and some others. And here's the thing. Out of this whole group of people, past and present, that are supporting him or have helped him stay afloat or whatever, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing matters besides what he does. The rest of the people, whether they've done content with him before or not, and including the audience, no disrespect, you're all irrelevant. What matters is what he's done because he has taken this to a whole new level of harassment. Like ODN mentioned, it is criminal harassment, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah, mine as well.
It is,
Well,
but does that mean? Go ahead.
I get what you're saying. He's pretty much the head of the snake, but
He
at
is
the
head of the
same
snake. He is.
time, true. But at the same time, these other people like Jenny's books and vlogs and some of the other ones that have severe conditions, just because they're, a little slow, I don't want to use the word, but the R
Disabled.
word. Yeah.
Oh,
Disabled.
the R word. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they have a form of tardation, it doesn't give them a free pass to harass people. Just
Right.
because you have Down syndrome doesn't mean you can go out and wreck a car and take somebody's well-being and get away with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you.
Jamie weaponizes these people.
He does.
He
does.
Yeah, he like the people with disabilities.
And then he blames
Exactly.
me, saying, then he says, I'm attacking the disabled when it's him abusing them and using them for content. Right.
Exactly. He's using them as human shields, pawns, footstools. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I'm going to have to, I agree with you that it is him, but I also have to disagree with you when it comes to them not mattering because they're the ones condoning and furthering his behavior. He wants this toxic validation from these people, and they're
That's true.
giving it to him. And the
They
more
are.
that they give him this validation that he seeks and gets a thrill out of, the more he's going to continue doing it.
Right. Until he's held legally responsible, which I'm in progress of handling that. So, like I was saying before we got into these questions, I've got these copyright cases with him I'm dealing with right now, and then eventually, I mean, there may be a malicious prosecution case filed, and I literally have, I think I read 3 or 4 years to file it. I could file it in 2 years from now. But anyway, what is your next question, though, DN? We're at 1 hour and 39 minutes. We still have some time, but let's get to these questions so we get through everything in a reasonable amount of time here.
All right, so you've been putting up with this for years, and on a whole nother level than I've had to deal with. Like you said, if anybody has a reason to be upset, you do. Even though I do believe we all have reasons to be upset with this. I would have flipped my wig already if I had to go through what you've gone through with this man. Um, how does it make you feel when he says, well, first off, let me establish he's been stalking you for about 8 years now. And how does it make you feel when he goes to court and says, I've been quiet about him for 2 whole months and he's stalking me and I'm afraid for my family because Eli is going to get my family? How does that make you feel?
To be honest with you, I don't even really know what to say about it anymore. I think it's I would normally say it's comical, but at the same time it's not, because I had to invest a lot of time to defend myself against this bullshit case, right? It took time away from, my girlfriend Dawn, our dogs, our families, and other things that I need to do. For him to go to court and basically say that he fears his life from me and his parents fear their life from me, and then to say I sexually harassed his disabled mother, and I accused him of being raped by the black man that was having sex with his mother while his father, the cuckold, was watching. Like, I never said any of that stuff.
These are things he said himself.
Well, these are things he put in the case, and I have all that paperwork still. If like I said, if I ever file a malicious prosecution case on him, all of this will be used against him, and everything that happened after the case was dismissed last week, or a week and a half ago or so. The case was dismissed. He ran out of the courthouse, and I'm sure you have some questions to ask me on that, so I'm not going to spoil that.
Yes, but, no, I did.
So before we get to that, he goes home and he immediately starts to make it appear like he didn't lose, and it wasn't a win or a loss, but he didn't get the RO. He tried to make it appear like, nothing bad happened or anything like that, right? He just was unfortunate to get the wrong judge. No, there's not a judge on the planet that would have awarded him this. And then he rebroadcasted a live stream, and I appreciate you getting me a screen recorded copy of that, because that wasn't publicly available anywhere afterwards, and that'll be used against him if necessary down the road. And then all the other stuff that he's done with the process server video and the process server coming on his panel, and then he put out another meme of me and all the postings that he's made. And then he's got that sock account that he admitted was his through the Posting with Purpose 3.0 channel, what he's doing there. And then I came across this, case between him and Granny's Watching Jess. It was made publicly available because he appealed it. And then I got to see how that was handled. And I'm seeing all of this, and I'm like, You wanted to know how it made me feel, ODN? Like, you wanted to know what was I thinking or feeling? Honestly, yes. I'm immune to this whole thing. I'm so used to it right now that it's like I try to not let it affect me. But has it affected me?
It doesn't surprise you.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. But does it affect me? Yes, it wears me down. It drains my energy. Am I sitting there crying over it or letting it ruin my day? No, but it affects me from being able to run my business, and it affects me from doing other things by wasting my time over the stupid shit that he's done. Right. And so,
Right.
I'm honestly immune to it. Like I expected. I know this guy so well by now that, I don't let him get to me in the ways that he used to. But just because he doesn't get to me doesn't mean it doesn't affect me. It does affect myself and Dawn. It affects us from being able to run our business and our YouTube channels and our right to free enterprise. And this guy's made, I think, go ahead.
I was going to say, let me ask you another question. I wanted to ask you about the fact that this dude stormed out of the courthouse, ran past his mother, who's handicapped, like he said, and has to use a cane, in a tiffy, all angry, walked out of the courthouse, just left them in the dust, throws a little hissy fit because he lost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And somebody witnessed that. They seen it. And he wasn't aware of it, but when he was confronted with this information, he denied that it ever happened. But now that he's aware that there was actually a witness that seen it, he's saying he wants that witness to come forward so he can take them to court for stalking, because he thinks witnessing a court case is somehow illegal. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's ridiculous because the person wasn't even in the courtroom.
Okay. Were you asking myself or Dawn? Dawn, you can answer first.
Both of you can answer that.
I'm just
wasn't
saying,
the person in the from my understanding out in the corridors, like the hallway or something?
Yeah, from my understanding, out in the waiting area, like where you would wait for your people and then they get done. But so that person was not in the courthouse. So
well, it wouldn't matter. You want me to?
Yeah, no, go and take over from that.
So here's the thing. First of all, court cases.
They weren't in the courtroom. They were in the corridor, though. Sorry.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter where they were. The bottom line is, courthouses are public. Anyone from the public has the right to be in the courthouse building, and sometimes they'll allow you in the courtroom publicly if they allow public people in the actual courtroom where the case is being heard. That's nothing wrong with that. If not, you can wait right outside the courtroom in the hallway. You can be in the building, as long as you're being respectful and reasonable, and there's nothing wrong with that. And basically, somebody, I'm not going to mention who it is at this point, and who knows, we may never mention it. We don't have to mention it. But
it's irrelevant. The thing is they seen what they seen. He denied it. Now he admits it. And now he's wanting to get that person in trouble for witnessing something that's perfectly legal.
Well, he accused me when the judge asked, do I have someone, in the courtroom or the courthouse as a witness? And I said no, because I didn't know that this person was there. They didn't even make me aware that they were going to be that they were going to be in the courthouse, because I have such a big mouth. I open up my mouth sometimes when I shouldn't, right? So I didn't lie to the judge when the judge asked me, if I have any witnesses in the courthouse or courtroom or whatever. I found out about this afterwards. And here's the thing. Again, anyone has the right to be in a courthouse. It's a public place. Okay.
Right.
And just because someone saw you walking out of a public courthouse, okay, in public, acting like a fucking fool, and you're embarrassed, okay, doesn't mean that, you got to tell me who that is so I can take action on them. No. He didn't want to take any action on them. He wanted to blast them all over YouTube. He wanted to
harass them. Yeah.
He wanted to harass them in his typical ways, and that's not going to happen, right?
Right.
So if this guy wants to go, if this guy honestly feels that was something I did that was wrong, if he wants to even challenge me and say, Eli perjured himself, I didn't perjure myself. I'd be happy to go in front of the same judge or any judge and tell them that I didn't
ridiculous.
know.
You did not perjure yourself, and it's
No, I did
irrelevant
not.
who's seen him. What
Right.
I'm just curious is, why do you think this dude thinks it's okay to lie to people and say, no, that never happened. I never stomped my feet like a sissy and ran out of the courthouse, and then later admit to doing it, but now he's mad because someone actually witnessed it and he needs their name so he can harass them. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that? And then I want to turn it over to Don for a second. Honestly, I think it's his play for content. He has no content. So he has to constantly stir things up that stem around me to get the most amount of traction and make the most amount of money via donations. That's all it boils down to. So I don't think he really even cares about who was there and whether they saw him there or not. I think it just gave him an opportunity to try to put out another piece of content that makes me look like I'm some criminal or doing something illegal when he knows there is nothing wrong with that. He's just pissed off that somebody in a public place that's allowed to be there publicly, okay, whether I know they're there or not, I didn't know they were there until after the case, right? He thinks that that's, wrong, and it's not. He's just embarrassed that he got caught. He's embarrassed that he got caught with his pants down, because then he couldn't spin the story
exactly
in the ways that he needs the narrative to play out for him to look good, and get more views and make more money. That's why he's pissed off, because in essence, a bunch of people, myself, Dawn, UODN, and some and other people, are effectively this year shutting down his bullshit, and eventually he's going to be held legally responsible for this. He is feeling the wrath of his stupid shit finally hit him. I don't know, John, what are your thoughts about what I just said before?
I agree with that totally. I think the walls are closing in on him.
The walls are closing in, yep.
Yeah. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to lose a lot of supporters.
He's already lost a lot of support.
Well, more supporters.
Oh, amen, baby.
Yeah, he's going to lose them all. Sorry. I couldn't push my arm.
Oh, you got I forgot. Oh my God. I shouldn't even touch you because
yeah, he's over here trying to give me high fives, and I'm trying to move my body.
Oh my God. I forgot about this. I love my woman so much. I'm excited, dude. She has a healing arm, and I'm trying to give her high fives.
Yeah.
Is she in a
more
sling?
high fives for one.
Yeah.
You're trying to high five the sling arm?
No, I was high fiving the opposite arm, but it still affects the other arm because she has to move her body.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
go ahead, babe.
That's all good. No, but yeah, it is. As far as that, I mean, we didn't even need anything on the outside to be videoed or anything to already see his temper tantrum in the courtroom. It's like he already did the deed of doing the stomping out and begging the judge, interrupting the judge, objection to Eli.
Yeah, he's trying to rewrite history.
He keeps getting caught with his pants down.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The best analogy is he keeps on getting caught with his pants down, and he's trying to make up lies on top of lies to recover from it, and he's fucking looking like a fool.
Yeah. No,
that's lie after lie. Hey, you guys, my phone's overheating. I just want to let you know that my phone's
getting hot in here
right now. Well, it's hot down
in here.
Oh, does that mean it might get cut off or what?
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Well, go ahead and ask another question, and if we get cut off, then we'll just wrap it up and we'll do a part 2 at some point.
Alrighty. Let me think here. What? Yeah, that's pretty much all I really had to ask you about. I mean, I do want to talk about how he wears sandals and a toe ring and got cankles, but it's kind of irrelevant.
I don't think that's irrelevant. I think we all need that for accuracy.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Well, should we do final thoughts now since it's Odeon?
I had one question. So, Odeon, you're talking about the way I've handled this versus how Dana did. How would you say that I did that? What's the difference there?
Good question.
Oh, you're being gangster, dude. You're being like a good woman, like a real woman, a wholesome, real, like traditional woman. What Dana did,
Stand by your man.
Yeah, Dana just got cold feet, couldn't handle it. Like there's too much heat in the kitchen, and she just, man, that was sad to see that. But I'm glad it happened because now he has you. And I will say there's times where I feel real bad seeing you get involved with this. And it's like, man, she's going through a lot of mental distress having to deal with these people. Why is Eli allowing her to be in this fucking line of fire? And I get a little upset, but at the same time, I'm so proud of you for sticking by him, and he needs you, and you're doing good. And I like seeing you guys treat each other good. I love it when Eli says he's going to go get some dinner for his woman, his lady baby.
Yeah, lady
I
baby.
love it when he's nice to you, and I love seeing you guys be good to each other. And don't let anybody get in the middle of that. Don't let people try to distract you from being happy. Don't let people try to get a hold of you behind the scenes and get you to turn on each other. You guys are really good people, and I like seeing you guys be happy. So I'm glad that you have stuck by Eli for so long and been faithful to him. Eventually I would like you guys to invite me to your wedding to be the best man. No, I'm joking.
Well, you will be
And if
invited.
there's a bridesmaid, like you have a sister.
I don't have a sister, but I got some girlfriends.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
hell
all
yeah.
good.
All right.
Yep. So, well, thank you for answering that. I just was kind of curious because I haven't seen any of the shows he did with Dana. So, and I know when I started, I had my whole drunk persona, but now that's changed. And I think after that, I've been actually handling it a lot better.
You have done the work to better yourself. And that's another reason why I think a lot of people are jealous of you, because you've done the work and you've had great support, not just through me, but your family, my family. You've had support from people like ODN and Sandra Palacio and Tia and other people here at the GNA, the Genuine Networking Association. And so, and all these people that we've been talking about through this hate group, I call it a hate group of demonic people. That's a great word, how ODN, demonic. They're demonic
Yeah,
people.
they truly do seem demonic. They're false shepherds. They care not of the flock. They're the hired hand. They do this. They do it for donations. They don't care about what happens to people.
They need to do the same work on themselves that you did. Maybe not everything. Some of them are alcoholics. Some of them are drug addicts. Whatever. They all have their own separate issues. Some of them have major anxiety issues and depression issues and all that shit. They need to get the same help, the therapy, the psychology, the medication. They need to get a checkup with their, primary care physician if they have one. If they don't have insurance, they need to get insurance and get this done.
Yeah, it's basically about coping and doing the coping styles in a positive way so you don't get sick from it.
That's correct.
As far as in your head and your body.
But as part of the coping mechanism, some people may need medication. You needed medication.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. And you got the medication, and the medication has turned your life around, but you've done most of the work yourself, but the medication has helped. What I'm saying is you got the right resources. However you got them, you had your own insurance, and then I helped you, I drove you, and I helped you put everything together, but you got the right insurance. And when you moved out here, we found you the right primary care physician at the right medical facility. And then you've seen how many doctors have you seen? Like 50?
I don't know.
Like 50 different doctors in the same facility, different departments, oncology, psychology. You had, what do you call it?
Physical therapy.
Physical therapy for many various different aspects.
Neurology.
and you've also had
See, yeah, I've seen
allergy.
probably about 100 different doctors for my neurological issues as well. I've seen so
Oh
much
Yeah.
wow.
progression. I've seen so much progression in both you and Dawn. You guys have both accomplished more than they could ever think of, but they want to sit there and judge you. They need to remove the plank from their own eye before they speak about a speck in your eye. They're very
Mm-hmm.
hypocritical. Anyways, you guys,
Very.
I gotta go. My phone's ready to die. It's got some kind of weird overheating message that keeps popping up.
All right, we'll let you go, man. We'll do a part 2 at some other point, but anything else you want to say before you go?
Much love and respect. You guys have a good one.
You too,
You
bro.
too.
You
Thank
too,
you so
broski. Have a
much.
good one, man. All right, Don and I
All
will
right,
wrap this
peace
up on
out, you
our own.
guys.
You
Peace
too.
out.
All right.
Oh, turn my camera on, Docs.
Uh-oh.
Well, the camera was not on him. Now he's not on the StreamYard anymore, but I already moved away from that screen. Wow.
Yeah.
We're at exactly
Wow.
2 hours right now, and ODN's phone was overheating. I know how it goes when you're on StreamYard. The iPhone gets hot. Like StreamYard needs to create an actual iPhone and Android app. They're still web based, even from your phone, and they gotta find a way to use less resources of your phone so the phone doesn't overheat. But anyway, what are your thoughts, babe? Wow, what a heck of
Wow,
a
what a
show.
great show. What a great interview. You know, I like the raw realness that Odian shared with us. He has many years of dealing with the same people. It was just nice to hear his perspectives and, you know, kind of how he feels and what he does about it, you know. But I am excited for a part 2 because I think we haven't even touched the surface yet.
Yeah, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to hold off on part 2 for a little while, probably a few months or so. Now, ODN may join us on some other content, but I want to bring him back on the podcast once the next case is done being filed and we're in progress on that case. Like I said, right now, the GNA, this one person, unfortunately, him and I'm the GNA. I'm a single member LLC. Him and I may be in court for quite some time regarding many various things, but right now we're dealing with the copyright case. He opted out of the Copyright Claims Board case earlier on this past week. Do you have to go to the restroom?
No,
No, you're good. And so now that's forcing me to, sue him in federal court if I want to get justice. And yes, I'm not out to harm anyone, and I don't want to ruin anyone's life or anything. But the bottom line is, the majority of the money this guy made over the last several years has come at my expense. Has come at the expense of him using my content and belittling me, berating me, and just doing all the stuff that all of us talked about on the show today. And there has to be accountability. And if there's not accountability, he's going to keep on doing it. And if he's not stopped, we will never have our right to free enterprise. If the law continues to allow him to do what he's doing, that's why that woman, Granny's Watching Jess, had to do what she did. Because number one, I do firmly believe that her life was in danger because, when it comes to relationships, this guy he's psychopathically reacted to everyone that's broken up with him or is no longer seeing him, even in these online fake relationships that he's had. So yeah, we'll bring ODN on when the time is right, and we'll just go from there. Anyway, I just pretty much shared my final thoughts there. What are your final thoughts, babe? And then we're gonna wrap this baby up.
My final thoughts are again thanking ODN. Great interview. I love talking to you. Just getting the feedback of the questions and what you had to say. So great show. I think we had a great week. I think today went smooth. I was sorry if I was grimacing a lot. It's just the pain was a little severe, and I think it has to do with the little dog walking around me and bumping me.
The little dog wants to be there for her and protect her, but what the little dog doesn't realize is that even slightly touching her anywhere in her body can have a ripple effect and affect her shoulder where she had surgery on.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's what he was doing around. He was waddling around me, and it was a little uncomfortable. So I'm sorry if I was grimacing. I was enjoying. I was listening. Everything was great. But yeah, it is definitely time to wrap this sucker up.
Oh, baby. So it's time to start wrapping this baby up.
Let's do it.
All right, baby. You've been listening to the Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast. This was episode number 19. And today we had an interview with ODN, also known as Old Dirty Ninja on Facebook and throughout social media. Now, let's make you all aware of what we really didn't get too far into on this show. We always want to make you aware that this show is available on YouTube, but it's also available throughout the entire audio-only podcast network, such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, your very favorite baby as always, iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, YouTube Music, and the rest of the audio-only podcast networks. Okay, it's everywhere. All you have to do is do a Google search for Dawn and Eli Take on the World podcast, and you'll find us there. And you'll see iHeartRadio pop up towards the top because they've been popular with podcasts for years, even before podcasting became as popular as it is today. But if you're listening to us on the audio-only network and you would like to view the YouTube video for that particular episode, go in the description section of wherever you're listening to this audio only and click the link. That'll take you to our main YouTube channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notification so you don't miss anything while you're there. And then also go in the description of that video and you'll see the link to our secondary channel, GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development, where we do live streams. If not every day, almost every day, I do Walking with Purpose streams and in-studio streams, and sometimes Dawn joins me on those. So check it out. With that being said, baby, it's time to go. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, baby,
be good to each other.
Be good to each other.